Good morning, legends. It's Friday, 22nd of May, and welcome to HCC In-Depth.
Also on today's show, we have Miss Tori from Wellbeing joining us for In Focus with Olivia. She'll be breaking down her story as well as Wellbeing Week, which is coming in week 6.
But first, let's take a look at some of the updates from around Heritage College. Jasleen, can you tell us a little more about what is happening around Heritage?
Let's take a look at all the recent highlights from across early learning, right through to secondary. So let's take a look at what's been happening. Recently, the Children at Officer Early Learning Centre have had an incredibly active and educational start to Term 2, focusing on keeping their bodies healthy, strong and moving. The centre welcomed a very special visit from the team at Smiles Dental Care to talk about the importance of healthy smiles. The children learned all about the best ways to brush their teeth and discovered which healthy foods keep their smiles strong, followed by a gentle dental checkup. Alongside their healthy smiles, our little learners are also keeping active with a trip to Sparta Gymnastics in Clyde North. We are participating in an exciting 6-week program with them throughout Term 2 on Mondays. The team at Sparta is amazing at putting on tailored gymnastics programs for young children, helping them build their balance, coordination and confidence. It is a fantastic opportunity for the children to learn new skills in a fun, interactive and engaging way. This term, the preps have been actively exploring the requirements of living things for them to grow and flourish through their Germinating Seeds unit. Students have each planted and grown their own baby seeds and carefully monitored them daily, learning about the requirement of sunlight, water, air, and care for growth through their practical observations. Their corn plants have provided great examples of responsibility and dedication throughout their growing cycle. Recently, the prep classes from both Narre Warren South and Officer recently took an exciting day trip to Chesterfield Farm as part of their integrated studies topic of living and non-living things. The field trip provided students with a great opportunity to learn about the natural world in an interactive and engaging way, allowing them to bring to life their education from the classroom. For some students, it was their first time ever seeing these types of animals. The farm offers a chance to meet kangaroos, reindeers, horses, camels, pigs, and the chance to milk a cow, and so much more. Recently, the Year 8 group of students participated in a very interesting food technology assessment, where they had to prove their abilities to integrate creativity and team effort while taking into consideration the importance of healthy eating. Students worked in teams and designed and prepared a meal which was supposed to be healthy enough to be eaten by the family or friends and at the same time would correspond to the Australian Dietary Guidelines. It was important for the dish to contain fruits or vegetables, whole grain cereal products, and the source of protein. While taking into account these requirements, the students also paid special attention to the visual aspect and the taste of their dishes. When asked, Ms. Tori and Pastor Josh took on the challenge of taste testing each of the dishes. Their only complaint, it was too hard to judge as all dishes were delicious. In this past week, we had Art Week at our secondary campus, where a number of fun activities were conducted throughout the week. The week kicked off on Monday, where drumming activities were done in the quad area of our school, followed by a Mother's Day donut decorating competition on Wednesday. On Thursday, robotic activities were organized to enable students to learn how to program robots to compete with each other in racing, scanning QR codes, and doing stunts. The last day of Art Week was marked by a tech challenge activity. That's all from Heritage News. Madelin and Harshant, back to you.
Thanks, Jasleen. Wow, after watching that story about the food, I'm a little hungry.
Same. We normally record our studio sessions at lunch, so if you can hear that grumbling, it's because we're hungry now.
Great work to those kids. If you want to bring some to our studio, feel free anytime. Maybe we should start a cooking segment.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a good idea. If you'd like to read a Bible verse on HCC In-Depth, then simply fill in the form in the description of this video on YouTube or scan this QR code and follow the instructions and we'll feature your Bible verse reading on this show. With production only 4 weeks away, things are starting to ramp up. Let's check in with Leanna to see where the production is up to.
It's getting closer. The classes have started learning choreography to their second songs.
We've started getting props and costumes ready, and they look absolutely brilliant. Behind the scenes, we have the talented Mr. Eels preparing the set and Miss Julia organizing props and costumes. The main cast is absolutely fantastic. Next, we will have some rehearsals without scripts. Break a leg! Madelin and Harshant, back to you.
Hi Heritage College parents, my name is Megan Jaworski and I'm looking forward to being the guest speaker for your parenting forum to help you support your child who might be experiencing feelings of anxiety, worry, overwhelm. I'm going to be going through what anxiety is, how it might show up for your child, and really practical tools that you can implement straight away to support your child with their emotions. So I look forward to seeing you at the Parenting Forum for Heritage College. Have a great day. Bye.
For today's In Focus, we have Miss Tori, the Wellbeing Officer in Secondary. Olivia sat down with her the other day to find out more about her.
Welcome to In Focus, and today I'm joined by Miss Tori, who's here to talk about her journey, her work in wellbeing, and what's coming up for Wellbeing Week. Thanks, Miss Tori, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Olivia.
Let's start with you. Who is Miss Tori and what does she do?
I am currently a wellbeing officer here in the secondary campus, and my work involves supporting students with their social, emotional and mental wellbeing. So making sure that they're being heard and seen in my space.
Yeah, no, that's really great and sweet. How did you end up in this line of work? Was it something you always saw yourself doing, or did the path surprise you?
I've always wanted to help people, specifically young people. I know there was a time in my life where I felt like I didn't have that support growing up, and especially in high school. And so that for me was like a pathway or a gateway to trying to support kids as best as I can with their, like I said before, their emotional, social and mental well-being.
Yeah, that's really good. You want to support people.
Thank you.
Who has shaped you the most, whether that's a person, a place or something you went through?
I definitely think Jesus would be my answer, because I know that he's molded me and shaped me in so many ways to where I am right now, to be more compassionate, to love more and not be judgmental. Especially that stuff is really important in our space.
Yeah, that's sweet. What do people get wrong about this kind of work? What do they assume that isn't true?
Okay, there's a lot of stigma around wellbeing, to be honest with you. Some of the stigmas would be like, like for students, they might see wellbeing as I need help service, which we can be, but it's more about being proactive and preventative in our space. Sometimes students might think that, people might think that students open up straight away, but they don't. That actually takes time. So yeah, that's another one.
What's the part of the job that nobody sees, the weight that doesn't show up in the job description?
Yeah, so sometimes there's a, even after the conversation has ended with a student, I sometimes carry some of that stuff for them. And so that's a bit of the weight that people don't see behind the scenes. A lot of students don't see that there's work that I do behind there, like creating resources to help support them better with their emotional and mental and social well-being. There's also other things like, time. Time is, I don't have a lot of time. And so trying to share that time around to students as well, and just making sure that, like I said, creating those resources, getting meetings in, doing referrals to external services. So there is a lot of work that go behind.
Yeah, there's a lot of behind the scenes work.
Yeah, definitely.
When someone walks away from a conversation with you, what do you hope they're carrying with them?
To be honest, I hope that they actually leave feeling that they've been heard and that they've been seen, because a lot of times a lot of students feel like they're probably still going to carry the weight after wellbeing sessions, but I'm hoping that after our session that they're able to just offload whatever it is that they're carrying and know that they're being supported and advocated for.
A lot of people, not just students, struggle to ask for help when they need it. Why do you think that is?
I think being vulnerable makes people feel a little bit unsafe and not really secure, if that was if I could put it that way. Vulnerability is really, really hard. And so coming to wellbeing, it requires a student to be vulnerable, but I also understand that it takes time to build trust, to show that part of yourself, especially to me, and a wellbeing officer as well.
Has there been a moment in your career that genuinely changed the way you see people or your work?
There was a moment that definitely changed my perspective, which was early in my career. It's about the impact of being present and being consistently present for students. Sometimes it's not the big intervention that matters, it's actually the small things that count. And so that's the most important thing, or the thing that's changed my perspective a lot. Yeah.
On the days where it feels like too much, what pulls you back?
My why I do this job in the first place. I know that without the why, if something was to happen, I'd probably lose focus and probably not want to be working in this space. But the biggest why for me is, like I said before, was always helping young people. That's the biggest why. My family, I have a great family, so they support me well enough to be able to support other students. So the why is the biggest reason.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wellbeing Week is coming up.
Yes.
What is it and why does it matter?
So Wellbeing Week is really an intentional week for students to just reflect on their social, emotional and mental wellbeing, especially because it is the lead up to exams. And so we've got activities happening at lunchtime. So we've got our mini basketball competition happening. We've also got for those kids who love like loud crowds, the vibes and fun. So we've got that. And then we've also got like things like conversations, picnic mats. We've got large or giant chess game that's coming as well. And we've got little other games as well for kids who like more quieter and smaller group activities. But we've also got the nachos in a bag day. So there's a lot of things, even workshops that are happening at recess around supporting social and emotional mental wellbeing. So there are different topics that kids can choose from to join in those workshops.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love Wellbeing Week.
Oh, thank you.
Is there something specific happening that week you're genuinely looking forward to?
I'm excited about everything, but I think for me would definitely be the nachos in a bag, which is the Friday lunchtime thing, because I know that food creates conversation, and I'm all about interacting with students.
Yeah. If someone watching this is going through something right now and hasn't told anyone, what would you want to hear from them?
Reach out, definitely. You are never alone. There is definitely people here that could support students. If it's not me, there are teachers here, or even a trusted friend or a family member. But just for them to, no matter how big or small the situation may be, just know that there is definitely support available.
Yeah, that's really nice. Last one thought, something you'd want anyone watching this to carry with them today. What is it?
So definitely would like to share that where you're at right now, whether you're steady or not, whether you're feeling steady or just feeling a little bit overwhelmed by things, you're never ever alone. That's what I want to leave behind.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
That's all for this week's In Focus. Madelin and Harshant, back to you.
Honestly, this term is going pretty quick for me. What plans have you got going for this weekend?
Not much. I'm just gonna be like hanging at home. What about you?
I'm just planning on sleeping in and maybe going to the park with my dog.
Yeah. Thanks again for joining us in another HCC In-Depth. If you'd like your own story featured, click the link in the description of this video or scan this QR code. We want to tell your stories. It's stories like yours that help this show. Even if the story isn't related to an excursion or something at school, we'd still love to hear it.
Well, until next time,
Have a great weekend! Make sure you have a great weekend.